Revelation 6:2, And I saw a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. The rider on the white horse is the Antichrist, and his arrival signifies the start of the 7-year tribulation period. According to Daniel 9:27, he, the Antichrist, confirms a covenant with many, with Israel, for 1/7, or the 7 years of the tribulation period. This event starts the tribulation period, and the tribulation period will only last for 7 years. I've seen some websites out there that say the tribulation period started in 1988. This is not possible because the tribulation period will only last for 7 years. There are time phrases used throughout the book of Revelation, such as 1260 days or 3.5 years, to describe half of the tribulation, so the whole tribulation is only 7 years long. As the second horse comes out, he is red, and he says he has power to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. The third horse is a black horse. He that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand, and he heard a voice, a measure of wheat for a denarius, 3 measures of barley for a denarius. A denarius in that day was a day's wage, and a measure of wheat was about the size of a loaf of bread. So what he's saying is that famine will be so severe during the tribulation period, it will take a whole day's wage just to buy a loaf of bread. So imagine going to the grocery store and having to pay $50, $75, $100 for a loaf of bread. That's the way the conditions will be during the 7-year tribulation period. As the fourth horse comes out, it is a pale or green horse. The rider's name is Death. Power was given unto him over a fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, hunger, death, wild beasts of the earth. So 1/4 of the world is killed, and that is over 1 billion people, through sword, which is war, and that's probably talking about nuclear war, and North Korea is threatening nuclear war. Not long ago, Pakistan and India were threatening each other with nuclear war. So we could be very close to the start of this 7-year tribulation. And just to put it in perspective, in World War II, the greatest war our world has known to this point, there were about 60 million killed over a period of 12 years. Here, over 1 billion people are killed in just the beginning year or so of the tribulation period. He also says hunger or famine. And in the 1900s, on average, 1 million people a year died from famine. And scientists tell us we are just one bad harvest away from literally tens of millions of people dying of famine and starvation. And he mentions death or pestilence and disease. And the CDC just raised swine flu to pandemic levels. So we could be very close to the start of the 7-year tribulation period. As the 5th seal is open, he sees those who are slain for the word of God and for their testimony. And these are people who will get saved during the tribulation, but will then be martyred for their faith. And as the 6th seal is open, there's a great earthquake, the sun becomes black, the moon turns blood red, stars or meteorites fall to the earth, and the people cry out to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come.